Dear learners, I welcome you all in this session on final accounts. Dear learners, you all might be knowing that the every entrepreneur or every firms wants to know the financial and profitability position after the end of a particular period. So, in order to evaluate the performance of the business and in order to know the profitability and financial position of a business concern, financial statements are prepared, or we can say that final accounts are prepared. Generally, when we talk about final accounts, it comprises of trading, profit and loss and balance sheet. But in case of manufacturing concern, we need to prepare the manufacturing account, trading account, profit and loss and balance sheet. So today we will discuss how final accounts are prepared, how to evaluate the performance of the business concern. These are very important aspects, particularly in the era of competitive world, because unless I know the profitability and financial position of a particular business concern, I would not be able to take a decision whether to invest my funds in that particular business concern or not. Therefore, in order to take a right decision, I need to understand the financial statements in a right spirit, in a right manner. So let us understand how the final accounts are prepared. So today we will discuss the preparation of final accounts without adjustments. So in the subsequent lectures we will also discuss the preparation of final accounts with the help of the adjustments. Well friends, first of all, let us understand about the trading and profit and loss account. Well friends, you all know that the profit and loss account is prepared for ascertaining the profit or loss of the business. This is worked out in two stages. The first one is trading account, and with the help of the trading account we would be able to understand the amount of gross profit or gross loss earned by that particular business concern. And as far as the profit and loss account is concerned, with the help of the profit and loss account, the individual, the person would be able to know about the net profit or net loss earned by a particular business concern. Now let us discuss the objective of preparing a trading account and profit and loss account. So as far as the trading account is concerned, we generally prepare the trading account in order to know the gross profit or gross loss earned by a particular business concern. So the transactions, the items which are related to the goods, whether it is goods purchased or goods sold, whether it is related to the opening stock of raw material or it is related to the closing stock. So the opening stock or the closing stock may be related to the raw material, semi-finished goods or finished goods. Then the next important aspect about the trading account is the direct expenses. As we have discussed about the direct expenses many times, that the direct expenses are those expenses which can easily be attributable to the cost of the product. Say for example, if we are paying the wages to the laborer, to the workers working at plant, or electricity if the plant is being operated with the help of that power. So instead of electricity we must call it power if the plant is being operated with the help of the power. Then the petrol, diesel, fuel. So any expenses which can easily be attributable to the cost of the product is what we call direct expenses. So these are the items which need to be discussed as far as the trading account is concerned. So in the debit side of trading account, at the top we generally write the opening stock, then the purchases. Purchases means net purchases, that is purchases minus purchase return, that is net purchases. Then all the direct expenses. Then in the credit side we generally write sales, that is net sales. Sales minus sales return is net sales. Then closing stock. So if the credit side of the trading account is more than the debit side, we generally earn gross profit, and vice versa. It means if the debit side is more than the credit side, we will arrive at gross loss. So this amount of gross profit or gross loss is generally transferred to the profit and loss account. So if there is a gross profit, that gross profit is transferred to the credit side of profit and loss account. Then the income earned during the particular period are also recorded in the credit side of profit and loss account, like discount received, commission received, dividend received, interest received, or recovery of the bad debts. Likewise, in the debit side of profit and loss account, we generally write the indirect expenses like printing, stationery, advertisement, telegram, postage, depreciation, bad debts, general expenses, so on and so forth. So if the debit side of profit and loss account is more than the credit side, we generally arrive at net loss. And if the credit side of profit and loss account is more than the debit side, we generally arrive at gross as net profit. So this is how we prepare trading account and profit and loss account. Let us discuss about the trading account in detail. The trading account is prepared for ascertaining the gross profit or gross loss. This gross profit is defined as the excess of sales revenue over the cost of goods sold. So by preparing the trading account, we also come to know about the cost of goods sold. This is what we call COGS, cost of goods sold. This can be presented in the form of an equation as follows. See here, gross profit is equal to net sales minus cost of goods sold. So here net sales is equal to total sales minus sales returns, and cost of goods sold is equal to opening stock plus net purchases plus direct expenses minus closing stock. So this is how the cost of goods sold is prepared. Then the form of trading account. So this is the format of trading account. Trading account of day, month and year. So here day, month and year is reflected. Say for example, trading account of Shyama Prasad Mukherjee on 10th of December 2019 or 31st of December 2019. So here you see that there are two sides, debit side, the left hand side is known as debit side, and the credit side, that is right hand side, is credit side. So in the debit side, as we have just discussed, that in the debit side at the top we generally write opening stock, then purchases less purchase returns, then two direct expenses. So any direct expenses is written here, then two gross profit. So if the credit side is more than the debit side, we will arrive at gross profit. Then in the credit side we generally write sales less sales return, that is net sales, then by closing stock. The stock of material, semi-finished goods or finished goods which could not be sold up to the end of that particular financial year. Then profit and loss account. After ascertaining the gross profit by preparing the trading account, the businessman proceeds to prepare the profit and loss account in order to work out the net profit or net loss. Well, dear learners, you know that the net profit is the excess of gross profit and other incomes over the indirect expenses and losses. So, while preparing the profit and loss account, we show gross profit and other incomes such as rent received, discount received, commission received, interest and dividend on the credit side, and all indirect expenses and losses on the debit side. The format of profit and loss account is given. Profit and loss account for the year ended like 31st of December 2019 or for the year ended 31st of March 2020. So, as far as the profit and loss account is concerned, we have two sides, debit side and credit side. The left hand side is known as debit side and the right hand side is known as credit side. As we have already discussed that if there is a gross profit which we have arrived after preparing the trading account, so that amount of gross profit is transferred to the credit side of profit and loss account, and if there is a gross loss instead of gross profit, if there is a gross loss reflecting from trading account, so that amount of gross loss is also transferred to the debit side of profit and loss account. Then in the debit side, all indirect expenses and losses are reflected. Say for example, the bad debts, the amount of depreciation, depreciation on fixed assets like depreciation on plant and machine, depreciation on furniture, depreciation on building, advertisement, postage, stationery, telegram, insurance, salaries. So, any amount of indirect expenses has to be recorded in the debit side of profit and loss account. Likewise, if there is any loss, that amount of loss will also be recorded in the debit side of profit and loss accounts. Say for example, if you have disposed of any asset during the year and the book value of that particular asset was, say for example, 2500, but that particular asset was disposed of against rupees 2000 rupees. So here on account of disposed of that particular machine, we have incurred a loss of rupees 500 because the book value of that particular asset was 2500 and the asset was disposed of against rupees 2000. So therefore, we have occurred loss of rupees 500. So this amount of loss will also be are recorded in the debit side of profit and loss accounts. And if there is a gain or if there is a profit on account of disposing of a particular asset, if a particular part of the asset having book value rupees 2500 is disposed of against rupees 3000, so here the profit of rupees 500 will be recorded in the credit side of profit and loss account. Likewise, when the total of the credit side is more than the total of debit side of profit and loss account, we arrive at net profit. And if the total of the debit side of profit and loss account is more than the total of the credit side of the profit and loss account, we arrived at net loss. So this amount of net profit or net loss is transferred to the capital of the proprietor of that particular business concern. Then closing entries. Friends, here we would try to understand what actually the closing entries are all about and how the closing entries are recorded in the books of the account. So, dear learners, you all might be well aware that the nominal accounts generally represents the items of expenses and income are closed at the end of the accounting year by transfer to either the trading account or the profit and loss account. The journal entries passed for such transfer are called closing entries. You also know that the accounts relating to the expenses and losses always show debit balance, and while those representing income show credit balance. So here, in order to close an account which shows debit balance and is to be transferred to the trading account, we credit the account concerned with an amount equal to its balance and debit the trading account. For example, the carriage inward. So the carriage inward, the amount which we have paid in order to bring the materials from the place of buying to the godown, this is the amount of expenses which we have paid. So being an expense, it will have a debit balance of rupees 6000. So the closing entry would be trading account debit to carriage inwards 6000 rupees. Then similarly, an account which shows a credit balance will be closed by debiting it with an amount equal to the balance and crediting the trading account or profit and loss account, as the case may be. The closing entries are passed in the journal proper, and it is necessary to pass such entries for preparing the trading and profit and loss account. The entries required for the items which are to be transferred to the trading account are as follow. Trading account, debit to opening stock, to purchases, to sales return, or to direct expenses account. These are the entries for the items which are generally recorded in the debit side of trading account. Now the journal entry for the items which are recorded in the credit side of trading account, like sales account debit, purchases returns account debit, closing stock account debit to trading account. So this journal entry is for the items which are generally recorded in the credit side of trading account. Now the last closing entry is meant for gross profit or gross loss. So for gross profit, trading account debit to profit and loss account for the amount of gross profit. And instead of gross profit, if there is a gross loss, the entry would be reversed. It means profit and loss account debit to trading account. So these are the transactions, these are the closing entries for the items which are shown either in the debit side or in the credit side of trading account. Now the closing entry for the items recorded in the debit or credit side of profit and loss account. So the first one is profit and loss account debit to expenses and losses. So this is the closing entry for the expenses and losses which are recorded in the debit side of profit and loss account. Then the second one is the items which are recorded in the credit side of profit and loss account, like incomes and gains account debit to profit and loss account. Then the third one is if there is a net profit, it means if the credit side of profit and loss account is more than the debit side, we arrive at net profit. So for that amount, the closing entry would be profit and loss account debit to capital account, and instead of net profit, if there is a net loss, the entry would be reverse, that is the capital account debit to profit and loss account. So these are the items which need to be prepared for closing the nominal accounts which are related to the trading account and profit and loss account. Now the balance sheet. So after ascertaining the net profit or net loss by preparing trading and profit and loss account, the final step in preparation of final accounts is the preparation of balance sheet. The purpose of balance sheet is to ascertain the financial position of a business, that is to know what the business owes and what it owns on a particular date. Hence, it shows all assets and liabilities of the business as at the end of the accounting year. You know, friends, the final accounts are prepared from the trial balance. All items of expenses and incomes appearing in trial balance are transferred to the trading and profit and loss account. The remaining items which represents the balances of personal and real accounts are shown in the balance sheet. The accounts showing debit balances represent assets and the account showing credit balances represents liabilities. Here is the format of the balance sheet. Balance sheet of Shyama Prasad Mukherjee as on 31st of March 2020. Like we have two sides, liability side and the asset side. So the left hand side is known as the liability side and the right hand side is known as the asset side. So as far as the left hand side, that is liability side, is concerned, the current liabilities like bank overdraft, bills payable, sundry creditors, then the long term liabilities like long term loan, mortgages and capital balance. Then we need to add net profit and we need to less drawings. So instead of net profit, if net loss is there, so here in the capital balance we will subtract the amount of net loss, and if there is a net profit we will add the amount of net profit to the capital balance. Then the right hand side, that is the asset side. So at the top, current assets like cash in hand, bills receivable, cash at bank, sundry debtors, closing stocks are recorded. Then the heading is investment and fixed assets like vehicles, furnitures, plant and machine, land and building, goodwill, etc., etc. So this is how the balance sheet is prepared. In balance sheet we have two sides, that is the liability side and the asset side. The left hand side is known as liability side and the right hand side is known as asset side. So this was all about this lecture on final accounts. So I hope that you might have understand the spirit of the preparation of final accounts in the right manner. Thank you very much.